The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Rabotai, I want to share with you a story that I just heard that happened on October 7th on that horrible day on Simchat Torah. In a city called Sderot, there was a shul that was praying at the time and that morning on Simchat Torah morning on the holiday. They were praying in their synagogue, in their shul. Only afterwards did they start hearing the sirens and all the balagan and all the mess and the noise, and they all obviously ran home. And Baruch Hashem, the shul, the synagogue, was not hurt at all. Afterwards, after a couple of days, when they were able to go back to the synagogue and look at the security cameras, they saw something very scary, very, very scary. At around 7 a.m., they saw a group of terrorists down the block, walking closer and closer to the synagogue, to the shul where they were praying. And then a few feet away, they saw the terrorists, Yimach Shemam V'Zicham, cuddled in a group talking to each other. And then they noticed one terrorist leaving that group, walking towards the shul, putting his ear by the building, putting his ear by the shul, trying to listen to something. And then he goes back to his group, and another terrorist walks over, also puts his ear next to the shul, trying to listen to something. What happened was they figured out that at that exact minute, when the terrorists were putting their ears by the shul, trying to listen to something, the congregants of the shul found out at that moment they were in the middle of praying amidah. They were in the middle of praying Shmona Esrei, which is the quiet prayer that we pray doing shachid, doing the morning prayer on the mornings. Which means at that moment, the shul was so quiet, you couldn't even hear a pin drop because nobody spoke in that shul. Nobody talks in the middle of prayer. So they were in the middle of praying, and they were so quiet when the terrorists put their ears by the building, by the shul, trying to listen to something. They were trying to find out, is there anyone even in that shul to attack it? But the terrorists didn't hear anything, so they thought nobody was even in the shul, and everybody in the synagogue were spared, and Baruch Hashem are all saved. From here we learn, Rabotai, the power of keeping quiet in shul, the power of not talking in the middle of prayer. There are so many stories, Rabotai, that are coming out of Gaza that are happening that I can't stop myself but share it. There are so many stories. We see the hand of Hashem. Now we know why we say in Ala Nisim by Chanukah and Purim, when you add the extra prayer, Ala Nisim, we say Ve'ala Milchamot, thank you Hashem for the wars. How can we thank Hashem for the wars? So there are many answers, but one of the answers that Achronim, the commentaries, give is, thank you Hashem for Ala Milchamot, for the wars, because sometimes, unfortunately, it's through the wars that we realize the hand of Hashem. It's through the wars that we see unbelievable, crazy Hashgacha Pratit stories that happen to people that were spared through the October 7th massacre. We should hear only good news.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org